Hi, I'm Ira Kalish, Chief Economist of Deloitte, and this is your weekly economic update. The crisis in the Middle East continues, and the longer it goes on, the more likely there will be significant repercussions for the global economy, which would include higher inflation as well as slower economic growth. Often that combination is called stagflation. Here in the US, we've seen a big increase in energy prices, especially gasoline prices, and it's likely when the numbers come out that inflation will have accelerated. The Federal Reserve has signaled that it does not intend to ease policy, but at the same time, it doesn't intend anytime soon to tighten monetary policy. In Europe, there has also been a big increase in energy prices, and it's been reported that in the Eurozone, inflation has accelerated significantly. And it's expected by investors that the European Central Bank will, in fact, tighten monetary policy sometime during the coming year. In Japan, where inflation already is higher than what the Bank of Japan would like, the Bank of Japan is evidently worried that the crisis could lead to a slowdown in economic growth. So for now, it's keeping interest rates steady, although it's possible it will raise rates to fight accelerating inflation. And in many emerging markets, a crisis has developed where consumers, households, and businesses are facing much higher energy prices that they can ill afford, and governments are taking emergency steps to deal with that. Even in advanced economies, especially in Western Europe, we're seeing governments take steps such as lowering value-added taxes in order to offset the impact of higher energy prices as a result of the crisis in the Middle East. The one country where the problem might not be as bad as in many others is China. In China, half of the cars sold now are electric vehicles that don't use gasoline or petrol. China has made a big investment in alternative clean energy and still has a very large stockpile of crude oil reserves and refining capacity, and also can tap into coal if need be. Moreover, China has very low inflation. In some months, it has experienced deflation. So as a consequence, it can probably bear the inflationary effect of the increase in energy prices without necessarily having to tighten monetary policies. Those are my thoughts for this week, and I hope you have a good week.